Today, we're diving into the world of automated trading by taking a look at a tool called Smart Trader Plus. Now, it promises to take all that emotion out of your trading. But, and this is the important part, it's designed to protect your capital first and foremost.
So let's just get right to it, right? Can a robot actually trade better than a human? It's this constant battle. On one hand, you've got the dream of this perfect, emotion-free trading machine. And on the other, you've got the absolute nightmare of a bot just gambling away all your hard-earned money. That's the tension we're going to unpack.
Here's our game plan. First, we'll look at the fundamental challenge of automation itself. Then, we'll see exactly how Smart Trader Plus tries to solve it with its safety nets and its profit-locking features. After that, and this is the fun part, we're going to put it to the test with a real-world scenario. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with a sort of pre-flight checklist to make sure you're ready to go.
Okay, so let's start with the big problem, what I'm calling the automation dilemma. See, we all want to trade without fear and greed getting in the way, but we definitely don't want some reckless robot at the controls either. It is a very, very fine line to walk.
And this slide really nails the two extremes, doesn't it? Over here, you've got us, humans, where our decisions are basically held hostage by fear and greed. And then over here, you've got a simple bot, just blindly following rules with zero common sense, ready to march straight off a cliff and take your account with it.
And this is where Smart Trader Plus is supposed to come in. The idea isn't some magic, get-rich-quick machine. It's more like a disciplined co-pilot, designed to follow your strategy to the letter while, always keeping one hand on the parachute cord.
And if you look at the core features, it's all about giving you control. You're not just telling it when to buy or sell, you're telling it exactly how much to risk, how to get out of a trade, and most importantly, when to hit the big red emergency brake. And it's all laid out for you right there on a simple dashboard.
So let's talk about maybe the most important part of any trading system, defense. Sometimes the smartest move you can make is the trade you don't take. This is all about the financial safety net that's built right into Smart Trader Plus.
First up is the daily stop limit. You can think of it like a daily spending cap on your credit card. You set the limit, and if you hit it, that's it. Cards declined, no more impulse trades, no more revenge trading, no more digging yourself into a deeper hole. The trading day is just done.
Then you've got the emergency drawdown. This thing is basically your account's airbag. It's always watching your account's highest point, its peak. If you ever fall too far from that peak, boom, it deploys. It closes everything down to prevent a catastrophic crash. You really hope you never need it, but you will be so glad it's there if you do. I mean, look at that number, a 50% loss. This is the kind of hit that can take you out of the game for good. A single bad day that just erases months, maybe even years of hard work. That's exactly what the emergency drawdown is designed to prevent. It's about protecting your progress, not just your initial capital.
And hey, it's not just about what's happening in your account, it's also about what's happening in the market. The news filter is basically a storm radar for the economy. It sees these big, volatile news events coming, like an NFP report or an interest rate decision, and it automatically pulls your ship into the harbor before the hurricane hits.
Okay, we've talked a lot about defense. Now, let's flip the script and talk about offense. How do you actually make the most of your winning trades? This is all about locking in those profits and letting your winners run.
So first up is the break-even function. Think of it like this. You're at a casino table. You place a bet, and as soon as you're up, you get to pull your original bet right off the table. From that point on, you're playing with house money. You literally can't lose, you can only win more.
And then you've got the trailing stop. Now this is like a ratchet, just clicking into place as your profits grow. It follows the price up, locking in your gains at every new high, but it never moves back down. It's all about squeezing every last drop out of a winning trade while protecting what you've already made.
Okay, let's make this super practical. Let's say you risk $30 on a trade. The moment that trade is up by $30, your one-to-one risk/reward, bam, the stop moves to break even. Now it's a risk-free trade. If it keeps going your way and you're up by $60, that's when the trailing stop can kick in and start locking in those profits for you automatically.
So that's the theory. But as literally any trader will tell you, the real world, well, it's a lot messier. This is where things get really, really interesting. We're about to see what happens when our perfect, calculated plan runs headfirst into the brick wall of reality.
All right, here's our test case. We've got a $1,000 account. we've decided we want to risk 3% on each trade, which comes out to $30. We're trading gold, and our strategy tells us our stop loss needs to be $50 away from our entry price. Simple enough, right?
Well, here's what happens behind the scenes. We want to risk $30. The tool does the math and figures out the perfect position size, what's called a lot size, and maybe that's a tiny fraction, like 0.006 lots. But then the broker steps in and says, nope, sorry, our minimum trade size is 0.01 lots. So the tool has no choice but to round up. And just like that, you're in a much bigger trade than you ever planned for.
And here is the punchline. You thought you were risking 3% or $30, but because of your broker's rules, you're actually risking 5% or $50. Your risk has almost doubled, and you might not have even noticed. This is exactly why knowing your broker's rules is so critical, and why having a tool that shows you your real risk in real time is an absolute game changer.
So what's the big takeaway here? Let's distill all of this down into a simple pre-flight checklist so you can take off with some confidence.
All right, before you even think about going live, run through this. Are you using risk-based sizing? Check. Do you know your broker's minimum lot size for what you're trading? Check. Are you keeping it simple, especially on a small account? Check. Is the news filter turned on? Check. And the most important one of all, have you tested everything on a demo account first? Check.
So you see, at the end of the day, it isn't just about a piece of software. It's about a philosophy. It's about trading with discipline, trading with a safety net, and trading without all that emotional baggage that holds us back. So the real question is, are you ready to start trading smarter, not just harder?